Welcome. Okay. Oh, that's my first presidential test. Hal Palmer, would you please lead us in our invocation this afternoon? It's not morning anymore.
Thank you, Madam President. Heavenly Father, we just want to thank you for the blessings that you have put on us over these last couple of weeks. Wow, was there a lot of fun had, joy, and a little bit of pain here and there. We just thank you that we all survived. We ask that you continue to bless the Longview Pioneer Lions Club with all your goodness that you have, and you bless this meal to our bodies. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you, Hal. Our Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Bob Bradley. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And Marilyn, would you lead us in our anthem, please?
Country,
'tis of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrims died, from every mountainside, let freedom ring. Okay, new raft of tail twisters. Some of you are the same old.
Yes. First.
Do your thing. Happy Bucks.
Yes.
Oh, guess first. Okay, I've got. Yeah, I skipped right over that part, and I know we have some today. So, can you tell us if we have guests in the house, Tamers?
We have guests in the house. The first guest is Josh Huff, and he is my guest. Josh, stand and wave. And Greg, first, I am going to let you introduce your guests, and then I'll bring it up to Larry.
President Cheryl Pearl, fellow Lions guests. I have two guests today. I've got Shannon Norton and Jake Pruitt.
That's easy for you to say.
Hey, I got Shannon right.
Welcome. We're glad you're here.
And Larry, would you take her microphone and introduce your two guests?
My two guests?
Yes, it says Larry, two guests.
Yeah, the program coming up.
Since they're at the food table, you may want to wait a bit.
Oh, well, why didn't you say so?
They're over there getting their lunch, so we'll wait a little bit until time for them to come
Jim
up.
Reineke has a guest, and he failed to write it on the list. So I'm gonna fine you.
Do it when the speaker time.
I've never been lost in it. I would like everybody to meet my neighbor and a friend, Dwayne Philbeck, and he and his wife Peggy have helped us out tremendously during my illness and my wife's illness. And he's a friend that picked me up off the floor about 4 times and got Eileen into the emergency room at 4 o'clock in the morning. Oh my goodness.
All right.
Thank you.
Welcome. We're glad you're here.
Money, money, money.
Before you start, I want to do one little quick housekeeping thing. On this beat up old clipboard here, I have a place for you to write your name. It's handy. And a pen attached too. You can help us to have better meetings by deciding whether or not, hopefully yes, whether you could lead an invocation, lead the Pledge of Allegiance from time to time, or lead an anthem. And I'm going to pass this around, so if you're willing to do any of those things on call, Please put your name on the list.
Don't let Palmer say.
Okay.
Can I get some money now? Sherry, would you start this around or somebody?
Just circulate it around the room.
Money, money.
Okay, now tail twisters. Do your thing.
Hey, Dwayne Smith.
President Cheryl, Paul Lines, yes, a happy $10. My boat won the Class 2 trophy for the cardboard boat race.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, design never seen before, because on a Class 1 boat, you have to paddle it. On a Class 2 boat, you can't paddle it, you have to use a paddle wheel or some other device to propel it. And so, anyway, my design, you could have it either way. Either paddle it or use the paddle wheel. And it's been about 10 or 12 years since I've built boats. In the past, about 10, 12 years ago, I had Lions George Ford, Keith Huff, Cindy and Louis Cooper, James Mossman, and George Reeder for captains and crew. The only one that won a trophy back then was George Reeder. And he complained bitterly because he was so exhausted. It's a very exhausting event. Back then, James Mossman had his own boats. Some of them hit the front page of the Daily News. He won 5 trophies in 4 years, including 2 first-place winners. This year, Jim talked me into building another boat again. So it's been about 10, 12 years since I built one. And I built it out of the old Street of Screams cardboard. 5/8 inch thick, and it's very stiff. You can't bend it. You have to cut it and glue it. Anyway, I roped in members of the Cowlitz Indian tribe to crew the boat for the Class 1 race. But due to my design and construction flaws, it sank and rolled over about halfway through the race. But my captain, James Mossman, and his buddy, a fellow former Marine, Bob, they rescued the craft. And since it was built out of very stiff cardboard, it was still usable. And we installed the paddle wheel assembly and proceeded to win the Class 2 race. Next year, I'm planning on improving the paddle wheel and making a few other changes.
Thank you. Is that because I'm good looking?
Yeah.
All right.
No, it's happy bucks. President Cheryl, fellow lines and guests. Here's Pat's 5 happy bucks. Since I've seen you, had an 8-day wonderful cruise through the Mexican Riviera. And then, for some of you, I haven't seen you, but for everybody that worked at the lake, congratulations and kudos, folks. The spirits and the lake crew, just amazing. And I'm just going to give a shout out to Terry Woodruff and to L.A. Harvey, our previous treasurers. I will not be having this job next year. And if I am, it'll kill me, I swear to God. But thank you guys all so much. We got some numbers, and we'll talk about those later.
Thank you. Eric, are you going to do that to announce your new baby?
Wow. President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, yes, $5 happy for baby number 5. Came July 3rd, so I'm sorry I had to miss a couple shifts I signed up for, so please forgive me. Baby boy, his name's Odin. He was 9 pounds.
Woohoo!
And he came so fast, the midwife didn't make it. So I can add baby delivery to my resume.
Oh, man! All right. Good for you.
Mr. Mark, I see money here.
Rookie President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, $5 today. First, very happy to go to Cannon Beach and have very quiet stay at the beach. Our dog appreciated it. We appreciated it. However, when I saw the bill, not sure I appreciated it. Just to give you a little bit of a heads up, last year we signed up and went 2 days to Cannon Beach, and it was a nice quiet place, but we had signed up for a dog-friendly room, no view, down one end. It wasn't too bad, but we got there and they upgraded us to this oceanfront room. So when we left last
same room, the same view. I didn't really think about the price difference until I saw the bill, so it's a little bit of a crunch. Second dollar, kind of a sad dollar, had a little minor surgery this morning. All's good, or sounds like it's going to be good, so we'll be moving on from that. And the quote of the week from Thomas Jefferson, since we just came out of the 4th of July stretch. I've never considered a difference of opinion in politics, in religion, and philosophy as cause for withdrawing from a friend.
And happy anniversary. He forgot to say that. Well, I only saw it on Facebook yesterday. Hi.
Where am I? Oh, thank you. King Lion, Cheryl fell last, I guess, pardon me? You talking? He just talks all the time. I'm used to it. Anyway, I got $5 happy here. First of all, if you would keep missing these things, being at the meeting, he did offer our anniversary. Mark and I have been married for 44 years. on the 7th. And so I didn't say anything 2 weeks ago, so I'm saying it now. The other thing is my youngest granddaughter, Ada, turned 7 today. She's in Germany. They're taking like about a 2-week trip over there, visit some of the father's family. Anyway, kudos for the chuck wagon for being down there. I worked a couple of shifts, fortunately, and I realize how old I really am at that kind of stuff. That when we used to work the chuck wagon all the time, and you're getting these, hamburger orders, and somebody's cheeseburger, 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 and we always would say chips, chips, or fries. No, just chips. For you that are old enough to remember that Saturday Night Live. So at any rate, I had a little helper come in there on the last shift, and he was a senior this year, and he was about done. I liked the kid. He learned real fast. He made work less. But at any rate, we told him that cheeseburger, and he looked at me like, what the heck? So anyway, it's always nice to be that old. And I think that was it.
Thank you. Hi, Mr. Reineke. Past district governor.
Oh,
Do you need a chairlift?
President Cheryl.
Hey.
All lines together. I've got $5 happy, $4 happy, sad dollars, and $1 information dollar. I don't know if he's been talked about here. I know we've talked about a lot of the past lions, but I'd like to talk about a lion that was truly a pioneer lion. His name was Jack Patton, and he still is. He owns Mappy Equipment. He repairs small engines, and for at least 20 years he kept our concession wagon going.
Yep.
Both he and his wife worked in it. They took care of the mints that we were selling around the country, around the town. And he did a terrific job all the time. Every event you went to, Jack was there. And he was busy all the time. If something broke down, he fixed it, no charge. And it's just a heck of a good man. Unfortunately, he's lost his hearing, and he doesn't associate real well right now. But I'd like you to, if you get a chance to get out and say, wave to him or something. Another thing here is Terry Woodruff. Terry Woodruff's been a member for years and years. He joined as a 10-year-old boy with a son in Washington State University.
Mr. Bob Piper, who feels very strange sitting out here. I asked.
President, Cheryl, fellow Lions guests, I just want to thank the crew that worked 4th of July, especially the guys that were in the wagon. It was a little brutal in the wagon, but I did get a lot of help. I think we made some money, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do it next year. But maybe after a few weeks rest, I can rethink that. I would rather do the 4th of July.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, about having a baby. Eric has posted on Facebook the cutest pictures, and the one that got my heart was his older daughter, right? Holding the baby, singing a song, a Christian song to her or him. So that was pretty touching. So that's my one happy dollar. The other one is, we have, as of today, installation at Lions Club International, District 19N. Lisa Ikeda is now our current district governor. So, you have met her, what?
Hoping we can get going by 20 after, but it's pretty.
And Dr. Patty Hill, of course, has been installed as well as our international president.
I think she's getting
Okay.
close to wrapping up.
Mr. Greg Firth.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions guests. First dollar, I want to commend Bob Piper on his job. Tremendous job, Bob. We would change his name. We changed his name to Hey Bob. Hey Bob. Every time you turn around, somebody's going, Hey Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Second dollar, I indicated here a while back that my mother was going to be the Grand Marshal of the 4th of July parade. She was. She enjoyed the heck out of it, and I can't get her off the cloud now. Another dollar. I mentioned here a while back that I have a great grandnephew who was in competition trap shooting down in Texas. He is rated #1 in his age in the whole United States.
Yo, okay.
And #6 in the world.
Thank you.
Yeah. His next jaunt, if the parents could put it together, is to shoot down in Georgia.
How old is he, Greg?
13.
13. I'm going to go to Katie here, and you know, I just have to say, the Spirits of Longview was so well done. Katie deserves a big hand. Very, very nice. It ran smoothly. If there were any problems, I never heard about them. All right, Katie, it's your turn.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests. That's kind of what my $2 are for. I'm just very happy that the beer garden is over and I can relax for a little bit. Now we have a baby shower to plan, so I don't know which is better because they're probably going to be about as big. But thank you to everybody who came out and helped because I didn't really have to do a whole lot, which was really nice.
Baby shower, you gonna have a baby?
I'm not fast. No, I could never do that.
Can we name your baby?
No.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, I got an information dollar. The Parker luck continues. Kathy now has Parkinson's.
Sorry to hear that.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, here's happy 5. I'm sorry I missed our installation, but I did get a call from Bill Pontius while I was on the river sailing saying, why can't I watch this?
Oh.
So I really need a backup person when I'm not here for this. Please volunteer. So congratulations, President Cheryl. Second happy dollar. I got to tell you, watching the calmest Spirits of Longview chairman I've ever seen in the history of this club. Katie, hats off to you. That was so amazing. I gotta tell you, most of the time that beer garden slash spirits chairman is like chewing fingernails, screaming, all those kind of things. You just, whew, smooth. Yeah. Yeah, so mellow. And then there's Mellow Bob. I think you should call him Mellow. He was crazy. He was crazy, and I got to fill in for my brother for the last couple hours. So that was a good time down there working with Macy Bob Speck, and Marilyn Patterson. And then I had a great sailing experience, except for the motor issue. Yeah. And then congratulations, new Papa. Good job.
Mr. John Claypool.
President Cheryl, first of all, on a side, if you want to put the guests anywhere in the meeting, you're the president. There's a reason to be president. You do what you want.
Ooh,
My first
that's a dangerous thing to say.
Got to go down to the Oregon coast and the Washington coast and celebrate Connie's and my 50th anniversary. We got to host the whole family. There was 16 people with the grands and everything down at the McMinimums at Gearhart. Had a great day, one of the best days of my life. The second happy dollar is to thank Dwayne for being a caregiver for the Reineckes. We love the Reineckes and Residents family. I want to thank the Lions who headed up the projects this weekend and all of the Lions who worked those projects. God bless you. Another happy dollar, my oldest grandson convinced my wife and I that he was just squeezing through to graduate. So while I'm going through the paper the other day, I'm looking under the GPA guys, 3 to 3.5, Julian Claypool.
Well, congrats to Julian.
Better than us.
Sorry, honey.
We all broke up here. Oh, no. Cindy's got some. Shannon got some.
Miss Cindy.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, I don't know where to start. It was a busy weekend. Okay, let's start off first with a sad dollar because I have neighbors that wanted to celebrate the 4th of July until 4 a.m. I had to work the next day. Can I say I was a zombie? Had a total blast at the kids' races. First time I've ever worked that, and I'm going to be doing that again. It was too much fun. And third, Jim and I went to dinner with some friends of ours on Saturday night at the casino, at the restaurant. And those of you that are friends on Facebook, you saw the view that we saw. And then we went with people that don't gamble, so I just put $100 in my wallet for just in case. Came out with $71 more than I started with, or 72. And it was a $15 table. Do you know what that means? 15 in front of the line, 15 behind the line. $100 doesn't go along, so I was very proud of myself for making money as they're watching cage fighting behind me. I was the only gal at the table, and everybody's riveted to the TV. I kept my eyes on the table because I'm not into that sport. Canning season has started. I picked up my first box of green beans on Saturday, so I'll be canning those this next weekend. And I'm just happy to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And none other than my bestie, Sharon Nolan.
Thank you. President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests. I have a happy dollar for the kettle corn cookers that were just trained this last year. You guys did an amazing job. You just went without any hiccups, and I just really, really appreciate you guys. And this is just for the whole 4th of July in general, for spirits, for everything. Everybody did a good job and an amazing job. And then last week on Facebook, I posted a picture of installation, saying that about my installation, and somebody commented and said, "I appreciate what this particular Lions Club does for the community," and that was from Chuck Wallace. So a happy dollar for that comment from him.
Very good.
Cheryl? Anybody else?
Great job, Sharon.
Oh,
Thank you.
oh, sorry. No problem.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, also wanted to point out, I'm going to find a buck to pay for this, but Carrie Ann and Tony Voltero ran the kids' games, had never done it, and they did a beautiful job. We really had a great time. The kids, the turnout was wonderful. Just can't say any more, you know? It's right up there.
Cheryl? Thank you.
Okay. I think our Lion Larry Hansen has a couple more guests to introduce, and a couple of fine ladies who are here and want to speak to us about some very important things.
Yes, we have with us today Tamera, Poulsen, and Jeanmarie Moore, both from Progress Center. And some of us have come up from the Progress Center. I remember who was director of that for several years. A guy by the name of Poulsen. But without further ado, I'll let them go ahead and speak with what they've got and tell us about Progress Center and what's going on there today.
Thank you very much. We are with Progress Center. Progress Center has been around for more than 60 years. We missed our 60th anniversary to celebrate because it was right in the middle of COVID. We did stay going through COVID, seeing children. We see children aged birth to 3. If there's a child who is not meeting a developmental milestone, or maybe mom just feels like something's not quite right, she can get a referral to us. She does not need a doctor to refer her. Anyone can call and just say, hey, I think something may be not right. We do a multidisciplinary evaluation on the child in 7 different categories at no cost at all to the families. If the child does qualify, because maybe they need some help in a certain area, we have teachers who come out to the family's home and sit with the parents and coach the parents on how to help the child. Sometimes the children may need a little extra help, maybe some occupational, physical therapy, speech therapy. We have those therapists who come out to the home and also work with the parents. All of our teacher services are absolutely no charge to the families. Therapists, we work with insurance. We don't turn anyone away for lack of ability to pay. We also have, by our contract, no waiting lists. Currently, from what I understand, Peace Health and other physical therapists, there's huge waiting lists for our kiddos, and we get them in right away. They are needing it right away. If the child comes and there's everything seems to be going well, we have a program called TLC, Tracking Learning Children. We send out an email about once a month to the parents saying what little Johnny should be doing. You know, he's 6 months old now, here's the things he should be doing. That way, if maybe he's not doing them, we can get him back in and do another evaluation and get him into services if we need to. We also, now that either COVID is over or we're ignoring it, whichever one it is, I'm not sure, we're actually seeing children in person again. We have teachers go out about twice a month. During COVID, we were doing it over Zoom, and I can't even imagine what it's like to do speech therapy with a 1-year-old over Zoom. But we do work with the parents, so the parents are able to get it to work with them. But now we are out seeing children again. We have record numbers. We are working with more than 230 children right now. It's the most we've ever had in history. These children are coming in after 2 years of not seeing people, not speaking, not being everybody's mouth covered up. We've got a huge increase in speech therapy needs, socialization. I have a deaf child, so I'm kind of attuned anytime there's a hearing loss thing. And we have noticed, we used to have about 2 children at a time who were deaf. We now currently have 10, and after being on a meeting with the statewide, that is a trend across our state. I don't know what happened or how, but our children are these babies are coming with hearing loss. Tamera and I our family support specialists. We work with families anytime there's any kind of barrier for the family that keeps them from being the kind of parent they want to be. We go out and help with them, whatever the barrier may be. We do a lot of paperwork with our families, FMLA paperwork, DEA paperwork, sibling support. I just came from a sibling support. There's a little one, a very small one, who's very, very ill and not probably going to last very much longer. She has a couple of older sisters who are older, as in the oldest just turned 7. I go out while the therapist is working with the parent and the child, and I come out and I play with those siblings. And I sit and think, I can't believe they to take a big box out and make it into a spaceship. Today we made dandelion plates. But I am there for them so that everybody's focusing on that baby as they should, but those others won't be forgotten. We started a discussion today about how we feel, because we can see the future, what is coming, and I want them to be able to talk about their feelings. It is, well, it's the best job ever. Don't tell anybody else about it. Tamara is pretty new. She just finished her 90 days, and we didn't kick her out, so. And I'm going to let her talk about some of the things she specializes in.
Hello, everyone. So I have worked in the school district for over a decade. I have worked in the mental health field. That's where I came from. And so my family, we are a Native family. And so I usually work with the families that are Cowlitz tribal members or other federally recognized tribal members. And because, there's cultural differences and that sort of thing. I have worked with a family that their older child was really struggling, violent tendencies, that sort of thing. So I was able to provide some resources that they could reach out to help support that child and, whatever that may entail. I know, yes. So as I'm new, I've been looking through all the different resources and all the different things that we do, and I came across Splash and Play, and it had been put aside due to COVID. So we're getting that going again, and right now we'll do a trial run July 28th through August 18th, and it'll be on Fridays. It is for current and previous Progress Center clients up to age 6. One parent to one child, and my goal is to use that time not only to help teach and model to the parents how to play with their children in water safely, but get kids used to water, and then maybe integrate some PT or OT into that as well. One of our new teachers was a YMCA swim instructor, so she is helping me as well. So I'm trying to, cover all the bases that you can. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone, or 5. And then once school starts, we'll see what the YMCA schedule is going to be, and if we can continue to do that. But for now, it will be on starting July 28th to August 18th, at 10:30 to 11:30 at the Y. And then I know that we do story time, which Jeanmarie, once she kind of inherited the FSS program, she started this back up again, and we have a book. The book we did last time was about fear. And so we reading the book to the child, and make it voices and make it really interesting for kiddos. And then we leave the kiddos to play in our preschool, and we take the parents and we give them a little lesson, like on how to talk to your children about fear. Some ways that you can mitigate that fear, that sort of thing. But really the goal is to get those parents together so that they can learn and support each other. And then after all that, we all come together and we share a meal, because we know sharing a meal builds that bond and builds that comfortability that we really want to have and these families really need. And then I know Jeanmarie said she's going to be starting up music and movement again. We're trying to really just get back out there, get back in with these families, provide them with that socialization and all of those things, as well as little side therapies while we're doing all of these things, because the more the child is exposed to it, the better the outcome. And then we are also doing a diaper drive that started yesterday. And we know that CAP, across the street over there, does do diapers for people once a month, but that doesn't always last. And food stamps don't buy diapers. So we came up with this idea of a diaper drive, and we have, you know what, to say who's helping us with that, I'm going to turn that back over to Jeanmarie.
Well, I just asked everybody, and a few people have responded and they're helping with us. One of the biggest things we're finding is, like, did you know they make size 7 diapers? That's pretty big. But a lot of our children with their special needs, those are the size they need. And I don't know if you've bought diapers lately, but they're like $50 a box. It was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I have 11 children.
Diapers.
Yeah. So I have 11 children, but my youngest is 12. I mean, clearly I have more children than since, but I couldn't believe how much it was. I couldn't believe it. And so we started looking, and CAP is wonderful. They have a grant program to help once a month, but we wanted to be able to fill in, especially those odd, weird size diapers. So we brought some flyers today if anybody can help us kind of spread the word a little bit. I'm the worst at asking for stuff. My husband jokes all the time that he's my benevolent fund, because I'll say, guess what you bought today? or say, why did I buy 2 boxes of size 7 diapers? Well, no, but so we come to you today because you are our community, and the Lions are, you guys do it best. I mean, you are out there. People know the name of Lions. Everybody, oh, we're going to go talk to the Lions today. Everybody has a story of the ways they've been helped. And we wanted to let you know what we're doing and ask you to help us with what we're doing. But we want to help you as well. If there's things that we can do, Tamara and I, we got our fingers in every pot. I think that's all we're doing right now. Thank you.
Where do you get your funding?
Okay, let me think about this. We have a contract through the state as our main funding. Very little of it comes from like insurance and whatnot. And the only reason I even know that is because I also help run the office. But as far as family support services, I had to write a grant the first time ever to get a grant for, I think it was like $1,200 to be able to give books to our families. It was terrible. I didn't want to learn and grow and stretch, but I did. And I keep telling my boss I'm as stretched and as grown as I want to be. So for these specialties, when we get a great idea, we generally have to come up with an idea on our own.
What's your staff look like? How many people do you have on staff?
We are, as of this moment, fully staffed, which has been really hard. Really, really hard. We've got about 25. Most of those are teachers, early intervention teachers. We have 3 therapists, 3 office people, and then a couple here and there. We also have, Progress Center also has a preschool that is half days. We may go to 2 classes each day, but right now it's 9 to 11. Half of the children are children that we service, and the other half of the children are community children, kind of model children. And we have amazing teachers that work with them out there. Honestly, I'd probably rather be out there more than anything, but.
Anybody else need this mic?
Thank you, ladies. Because I didn't know there would be 2 of you today, we only have 1 gift, so you'll have to share it or fight over it. There happens to be inside it a copy of the Lions Club membership application. If either or both of you decide you want to join this merry band, we'd be more than welcome. You're more than welcome. We'd love to have you.
Thank you for speaking to us today.
That's what I was going to We can give another mug.
Actually, we'll get you a second one so you don't have to duke it out over the mug. Okay. Now, we have, do we have any sunshine report today? I hope we don't have any illness that needs to be reported. Anything else other than what we already know about?
President Cheryl, for all lines and guests, we do have a card up here, if you haven't signed it, for Floria Lee Gardner, it goes by Mike or Mikey. So she hasn't been to club in a couple of years, and Jane gave me a tip, and so I called and checked on her status, and she had just gotten released from the hospital. She said she had a small stroke. She's also going through cancer treatments. But she sounded great. She sounded full of energy and happy to get a phone call. And she said she can't wait to get back to club when she's able. But she definitely said she welcomes all phone calls. And yeah, she seemed pretty enthusiastic. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, we have a bucket here, and we just cooked up an idea that maybe we should pass this around for the diaper fund. That's for Progress Center. So when the blue bucket comes around, if you feel inclined to share a little bit to help these ladies buy size 7 or whatever sizes diapers you might need. Please feel generous. Depends. Okay. While that's happening, we'll move right along into our announcements because there's a bunch of you.
Depends in the room.
There seems to be a bunch of you that have something to say today. So we'll start off with our treasurer, Pat Palmer, who has a few words for us.
President Cheryl Fell Lions.
Yeah, hey Bob. Yeah, everybody worked real hard. I really appreciate all the help. I really will do this next year if you're nice to me. So, yeah, I don't know what else to say. We did good. I learned a lot. I made a few mistakes, kind of a few bonds left over, but other than that, I just appreciate all the help I got. And I don't know what else to say.
Thanks, Bob. And thanks to all of you. We're off to a good start.
Thank you, Rick, for dragging everything back and forth.
Katie, do you have anything to add about spirits? You don't know?
Did Georgia enjoy it?
No. This will be her last beer garden. 21. Until she's 20. So I'm glad she could attend this year. No, I just wanted to say again, thank you to everybody who helped. I don't think that number is including our sponsorship numbers either. So we've got a little to add to that, which is exciting because we had a good chunk of those too. So I don't know if I'll do it next year. Everybody told me that I had to, so I feel like I'm obligated to. I think it'll be easier next year though. I'll be even less home. I think this was pretty right. I think I can go out a winner on this. Anyways, thank you again to everybody who helped.
Thanks, Katie. Katie did an excellent job keeping costs down. Her negotiating skills are terrific. Greg Firth, do you have anything to share with us?
President Cheryl, fellow Lions guests, announcement for tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is our monthly Sight and Hearing Foundation meeting. That's over at Canterbury Park, 6:30. Anybody can come see what we do. So you're all more than welcome.
And I would remind you, on a different note, that we have a regular Board of Directors meeting on Thursday morning, second and fourth Thursdays, right? Do I have that right?
You're the boss.
Okay, the 13th at 8 a.m. at Cascade Title. That's 1425, isn't it, Leroy? Maple Street, Leroy's office, upstairs. Be there, or just be there. All members are welcome, by the way.
It's too early.
Whether you're on the board or not, you're welcome to attend.
It's too early.
Rosie, did you have something you wanted to say to us about service hours?
Rosie, hold on. It's still too early. President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests, I have the privilege this year of
tracking and reporting all of our service hours and what we do as far as service projects, fundraising projects. So I'm very grateful for everyone who signs up on the sign-up sheet, but I'm pretty good at being at most events and asking you how long you've been there, or like today at the meeting, thank you for everyone who was receptive to me saying, how many hours did you work? 4th of July is by far the hardest. So if you've worked more shifts than you signed up for and I haven't approached you, please let me know, because I do want everyone to have credit for the hard work that they put in. And just remember, the season has just started. So I call him Piper. But anyway, so hey Bob, he's going to need a lot of support the rest of the season. We have the rest of the concerts at the lake and the rodeo and Squirrel Fest coming up. So those of you who have not made friends with the chuck wagon and working in there, give it a try. You might like it. So anyway, thank you for getting your service hours to me. So if you didn't sign up, just see me and say, this is how many hours I work. Thank you.
And Rosie is right. The go forth comes immediately at the top of our Lions year, first rattle out of the box, and it's probably the most complex and hardest thing we do, and you are all absolutely amazing. Jane, we got another thing coming up here.
President Cheryl, fellow Lions and guests. Sign-up sheet is out for this Thursday and next Thursday. If you are not receiving them online, make sure that you let me know so that I can make sure that your email is accurate in my computer. But we're also just a couple weeks away from the fair. So it's not going to be as crazy as the 4th, because it's not as long of a day, but it's going to take a lot of people to help, and we have a concert on Thursday night, we have the fair on Thursday night. So we have two different places we have to be. So please, if you've got some time and can sign up for some of these jobs, please do. Thank you.
Thank you, Jean. Let's see here. Larry, thank you for bringing our program today. And how about
Yeah,
that's okay. I don't care what you call me.
Tail twisters. Go ahead. It's your heart breaks sometimes. But anyway, we've got 4 open months yet that we're looking for someone to help fill and sponsor programs, look for them, and see who they might be. The more people we have in it, the better the programs are for all of us, because you get better variety and more interest. So please, if you know anyone or if you yourself will be interested, let me know.
Thanks, Larry. We received this patch. It says 2022, 2023. It's our year patch that gets to be placed on our banner back here. Who still sews?
What's the patch for?
It's just a year patch, and I didn't read the letter that came with it. But
The letter would tell you.
the letter would tell me. Well, let me see. I just have one job. Enclosed is the current year's chevron to be attached to your club banner beneath the Melvin Jones Fellowship patch. There you go. Okay. Your club has earned this chevron by obtaining your first Melvin Jones Fellowship for this year. My congratulations to each member of your club. Attach this chevron to your banner as soon as you can. We can find somebody that sews. And let it be a constant reminder of every member who's had a part in reaching this important goal. And the letter goes on, if you'd like to read it, I've got it up here. It was signed by last year's International President, Douglas X. Alexander. And it also says, P.S. Every year in which your club has a Melvin Jones Fellowship recipient, your club will receive a chevron to place beneath this patch. So, we should be getting lots of those. By the way, speaking of getting lots, we have 46 people in the house today. How about we fill up these tables up here up front that aren't quite full, maybe have to set up another couple. What if everybody invited one person to lunch?
Yes.
Think about that. Let's fill this house. Okay, senility report. Secretary Leroy, and before you say anything, I know I'm on that list.
Okay. So, for senility.
I'm the one. Senility is my,
But you're not the only one.
that's my constant state
You're
of
the only one.
being.
Mr. Rick Johnson.
Ticket drawings.
Yeah, you don't sign in on this. So, tail twisters, collect.
Okay, how do we do this? Red first or blue first?
Whatever you
Okay,
decide.
let's start with the blue ticket. Blue ticket. And the number is, oh, by the way, for those who don't know, the blue ticket is a drawing for 50% of the pot that we charge ourselves. We have some money in it. The number is 715-4244. All right, darling. And while Darlene is selecting the winning, she has to pull a joker to win the pot. Okay. It can be done and has. Okay, red ticket. The red ticket number is 122786.
Cindy.
Oh, Cindy, where would you like your winnings to go? Free lunch or?
No.
No?
Let's go diabetes.
Diabetes, okay. Leroy, she wants to add to the diabetes fund. Pat?
Is the treasurer.
Oh, those two, okay.
It's not a free lunch.
It's not a free lunch.
No, it's just where the money goes.
Just where the money goes, okay. So, what else do we have? Oh, Darlene, Jane, baked goods. Do we have any goodies today?
President Cheryl, first pick goes to Carrie Ann. And whatever is left over goes to Rex.
Rex, oh, see, it's worth it to come to meetings once in a while, right?
I know, she gave me the money.
And the card that was drawn for the Joker was not the Joker. Leroy.
You got something else?
You have something else?
I sure do.
Okay.
Okay, so a couple of weeks ago I gave out people's their badges and stuff, and so Eric, when you come up here, I've got a badge for you, and you've completed all your requirements as far as I know, about a few dozen times, so I'll give you this. Your number is not on the back, but we'll get it on there.
Thank you.
Congratulations. And oh yeah, give me the red one. I'll take the red. And then although this person announced that he's not going to be doing this job anymore, I do have a badge for him. Hey, Pat, listen. Anyway, although he announced he wasn't going to do it next year, I do have a badge for him, so he's kind of stuck. Being treasurer, so you cannot get away. Once you get a badge, you are.
You only have to wear it until July 1st.
Yes! Is this true? 4 years.
Yeah.
5 years.
We can make the rules as we go along. Right? Congratulations,
Hey,
Mr. Treasurer.
That was permanent. Did I pay for these?
Yep, you sure did.
Thank you. And we have an amount of money here for, is Tamara? Tamara and Jeanmarie. Here are $172 to add to your diet. You're welcome. That being all the, I think, official business, unless somebody else has anything else, let's end for the good of the order and leave with a smile. A state trooper is sitting by the side of the road monitoring traffic when a woman drives by with 5 penguins sitting in the back seat of her car. Naturally, he pulls her over. He says to the woman, "Lady, you can't drive around like this. You need to take those penguins to the zoo." "Yes, officer," she says, and drives away. The next day, the same trooper is sitting by the same road, and he sees the same woman driving the same car with the same 5 penguins in the back seat. Only today, they're all wearing sunglasses. Naturally, he pulls her over again. He says to her, "Lady, I told you yesterday to take those penguins to the zoo." She replied, "I did, officer. Today, we're going to the beach."